Do you want to automate your social media content? If so, I'll be running you through how to automate your social media content leveraging AI and no code tools. This is what we'll build an AI automated system that generates posts based off of relevant links from your field. If you want this now, a link is in the description below, and you can actually fast forward this video to the timestamp below and check out the tutorial from there. There's a few things I want to talk about before jumping into AI systems, and I want to break down the particularities of what we're using today. Specifically, we're using Make.com. Now, Make.com is a no-code tool that is used to leverage other tools, so it's a connector of things. It connects one tool to another tool, one software to another software. Think about Make.com as a personal assistant. Don't think about it as an automation or a tool of AI. Especially for solopreneurs, it's important to think that we should use these tools, not let the tools use us. In that way, we're in control of what comes out of the tool, and we can actually use it to leverage our businesses and make our businesses more successful. The next thing that this build tackles is prompt engineering. So it's taking a prompt and slowly changing it to meet your needs. When you go to ChatGPT and you enter something, it won't always return what you want. Your tone of voice is important, your personality is important, how you speak about things is important. So prompt engineering is slowly tweaking the prompts in order for it to output what you need, and you can review that after. The next thing we're going to talk about is the daily recurrence. So this is not really an AI thing, but it's more of an automation. So every single day, it will pump out this content based off of relevant links that you provide. So this is the last point that I want to talk about. And this is the very human part of this whole system, is that you want to take relevant links from your field and input it into this content generation system in order for it to push out some ideas, some brainstorms, so you can have a good connection with the people you're trying to reach out to. If you have something called a second brain, Tiago Forte talks a lot about this. It's great to connect it to your second brain or to a system where you have relevant links for your field. Maybe there's a particular sound engineer that you want to talk about. And this is an important principle when it comes not only to Make.com and leveraging automation, no code tools, and doing this automated content generation, is that you want to stay away from creating things. You want to be in the camp of documenting things. What that means is that you want to bring those relevant links to the forefront so you can actually discuss them. One core principle in implementing this system, because you could honestly build this out at any time, and I've built out a lot of automations, but the key is in its execution. And the very important thing is to not create content, it's actually to document your journey. So if you have those relevant links, post them in your ChatGPT generated system, and what will pop out is some ideas, something that you can show what you are thinking about, how you're thinking about things, and slowly tweak it. So I would always err on the side of caution of doing this 100% automated, and maybe do about 80% automated. Read it through, have your human touch. People will appreciate it more. Let's dive into the actual system. The first thing you're going to need are two databases in Notion. You can actually use Excel, you can use Airtable, but I'm using Notion. I use Notion as my second brain, so this makes it a little bit easier for me. So if we go back here, we can start building this out. So let's go click here, Notion, watch database items, click search, type in the query, limit to 1, click OK. And you always want to save. And let's go ahead and rename this Social Media AI System and start building. So the first thing you want to do is set the tone. So let's go to Tools and let's set variables. And the first variable is tone. Now I have a preset tone according to my voice, but this is where prompt engineering comes in, ChatGPT prompt engineering. The next thing is we're going to get perplexity. The reason why we're getting perplexity is that it pulls the links, the relevant links that we talked about, to create summaries. Now you can connect it over here. I'm going to provide the documentation on how to do that in the description below. Let's go max tokens, 300, add items, content, summarize this article. Let's get the article news, go content, perfect, role, user. Let's go ahead and save that and go into the next module. Now we want to get the topic. So we're going to use Claude, not ChatGPT, but you could also use ChatGPT as well if you wanted. So again, I'm going to put the documentation on how to connect in the description below, but we're going to use the highest level. We'll go 300 for now. Add messages. Click text, user, text. There we go. And then we're going to pull from the summary here. The next thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and get another variable. And now setting variables, very important for the beginning stages. I'm going to put in the topic and then put in the summary. The next thing is we're going to start updating the databases. So update a database item. We can just pull from the watch database item. So you can go ahead and copy that. Go over here, grab that. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to effectively change the database item that was first inputted. Perfect. And then we can actually change this content, the summary there. So the next thing we're going to do is create all the branches. Let's go ahead and save this. Before we create the branches, let's zoom out and make sure this is working properly. So we have our test data here. Let's go ahead and run once. It says that there's an error here. If I can see the error, I didn't put in the right thing. So the topic should be from here, Hillside Festival. And let's run it again. After that, we should be perfect. So you can see that Hillside worded, and then you have a little summary there. Let's go ahead and start building out the branches. You want to create a router. After that, let's go for the first one. This will be the Facebook. Tokens, let's put 3,500. Act as a social media manager and generate Facebook posts. This post should sound and engage the audience with compelling introduction, provide essential details, and encourage interactions through comments, likes, and shares. And with a clear call to action, tone of post, we have the topic and the article. And do this for each and every single one, for Twitter, for LinkedIn, for Instagram. And for Instagram as well, there's a little bit of a trick you can do. Select the model. Then you can put generate an image. Let's go minimalistic. Minimalistic. About. And then put the topic name in. And then go ahead and connect this to each and every single one. Now, I'm not going to go through that just because I don't like it posting directly, especially because you haven't refined it. That could create a lot of problems. So what we're going to do instead is delete this. But just know that is an option down the line. Once you get this really dialed and your prompts are crystal clear, what it's outputting is really great, you can post it directly to social media. I don't advise this right now, but I do advise that put it into the output in Notion that we're going to build out and then review it, then post it. So we're going to do that now. Let's go over here. Go Notion, and this is where we're going to create a database item. Now, if we go over here, this is where we need the database output. Okay, perfect. After that, we're going to start configuring this. Go ahead and name, post about topic. Status, nothing. This is where you want to put in Facebook. You want to put the database item ID of the very first thing for input, just because you want it to link there. After that, Notion, go to append a database item content, and then you want to connect that database here, the first one, add item, type, paragraph, text. And now you want to put in the output here. When you're finished, it should look like this. So let's go ahead and click Facebook. Everything is configured. We have our different prompts according to Twitter, everything else. Let's go ahead and run it with our test. So if we go over here, it looks like that work has the Hillside worded. Perfect. You can now go to here and start seeing what it comes up with.
Once you're finished, you can turn it on, set daily, and every single time you import a link into that Notion database, it will process.
That's it. So if you want to use this particular system, I included it in the description below. So you can go ahead and download this. You can download my Notion template. You can download the JSON, what you need to plug into make.com to make it a little bit more easier. Let me know in the description below if you found this helpful. And until next time,